Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's happening, all the wonderful drivers out there, the fantastic passengers? You guys are welcome to the Driverpreneur channel. Yes, and in today's video, I want to be giving you guys all the breakdown, all the lowdown of what have been going on lately as regard the rideshare industry, as regard me as a driver, the decision I've made lately as regard saving my business, and how things has really changed in the rideshare industry, and why we as drivers need to adjust to stay afloat with our business, and keep on ensuring that we take cash home from what we do. Yeah, so without wasting time, let's head into today's video straight up and let's dive into this more of a story time. I'll be giving you guys all the downloads of what has happened lately, like my trip from Abuja back to Lagos, and everything that's been happening, why I think this is the time for us to change in terms of the assets we use. If we are currently using the wrong asset, which is your car, if there's a need for you to change your car, and all those kind of stories, how my trip was, a lot of things. I'll be saying a lot of things in today's video, so guys, stay tuned. I believe you guys are going to learn something, one or two things that's going to help you make a decision, a crucial decision as regards the rideshare business. So let's dive into today's video straight up.
You know, mentors don't tell me I go find work. They say by driving not go pay. I'm on a very long trip, all the way from Diamond Station, go to Edo, down to Diamond State, Igondo. Wow, what a coincidence. You gotta be tough to shine as bright as a diamond from the rough. Stay true to your dream, choose your hustle.
Yeah, so you guys are welcome to the Driverpreneur channel. This is the Driverpreneur channel. In this channel, I share my experience as a Lagos-based full-time rideshare driver. I've been driving in the city of Lagos full-time for well over 2 years, I think 2 years and some few months. So in this channel, I share my experience with the intent to help other drivers or people that intend to invest in the business, probably by buying cars and giving it to drivers, just to give them an idea of what's going on, some of the challenges we face as drivers, so they have an understanding, and this help them make decision. And I also share experience regarding to car maintenance. When my car comes up with issue, I share that sometimes here. Anything that has to do with my car, anything that has to do with rideshare updates, reaction videos to other drivers' experience, and all those kind of things, everything rideshare. So if this is your first time coming across the channel, or you've been watching my videos in the past, please kindly hit that subscribe button. It's totally free to subscribe. You don't have to pay anything. It's totally free to subscribe, and this is a way of supporting the channel. So guys, thank you. And for returning subscribers, I salute you guys with my both hands. Give you guys thumbs up. Thank you guys for your support so far, so good. Yes, so what has been happening? What has been happening? A lot. I eventually sold the Mercedes-Benz at a very ridiculous price. Not something I was thinking, not the amount I was thinking I was going to sell it. That car was still in a very top shape. The engine, the gear, the air conditioning system, everything works perfect. Although I had suspension issues, and lately I've been having a lot of recurrent suspension issues. And then I had one issue on the island with the car, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Then I was looking for a mechanic to help me try to fix the car. And then I go to this place, the person tells me, no, I can't fix it. I don't have the tools to lose this. There are just so many Allen keys, so many special Allen keys in the car, so many special nuts that require special tools to, losing. So I was like, man, no. And I think it's time to let this car go because it's no longer serving its purpose. You need a car that any roadside mechanic can have the tool to fix the car, because you can get stranded somewhere and then you need somebody to just do a quick fix for you. And then if you use a car like that requires special tools, you'll be stranded. So I just said it's time to let this car go. That's why the fact that I didn't even have enough money to buy another car, but I just knew I had to let the car go. So I sold the car for a very cheap a very cheap price. I just had to let it go. Like, I beg, just go, please. You're not serving the purpose anymore. Fuel consumption was on the high side lately. These things happen with age. As a car age, some of these issues just start coming up from left, right, center. So it wasn't serving the purpose anymore for the business. I was spending more on fuel, spending more on mechanics and all those kind of things. So I had to just let the car go. And yes, so right now I don't really particularly have a car. I am back to Lagos. Yeah, and thanks to the support of the subscribers. Many subscribers supported me. I really appreciate you guys. My car project in Abuja, Thank you guys for supporting me. You guys helped me buy both tires. I bought jet oil and some other component that ensured that the car was roadworthy to take me back to Lagos. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. I salute you all for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, so I currently drive a Toyota Corolla 2003 model. It's not my car. I pay weekly remittance on that car, but there's an agreement between me and the owner. The car was pretty much in a bad shape. There were no tires. The jet had shifts. It had shifting issue. It doesn't shift smoothly. The engine oil was not changed. I had to do a lot of work on the car. Suspension issues. There are still some pending works. I'm still managing it. Pending when I can raise enough money to fix other issues. Even the AC currently, as we speak, is not properly functional. It has low AC compressor and pressure, so the compressor most likely will need to be replaced. So a lot of work. So I have an agreement with the owner of the car, that I will be fixing the car while I work with it. So the remittance, instead of paying the normal remittance that every other driver pay, like there's a huge slash on the remittance. So while I raise money, using the car, and then I try to fix the car. Yeah, rideshare has really changed. Like I remember when rideshare first came into Nigeria, like about how many years ago? Then I was working in a restaurant when Uber staff came to market it to us. That was I can't exactly remember the year, but give or take, let's say about 7 years ago or 8 years ago. That was when I think I can remember rideshare came into the country. Then it was huge money making for those new drivers. They were even paying as much as 50,000 naira for referrals. If you refer a new driver back then, they'll give you 50,000 naira. Can you beat that? Now they don't even pay referral anymore. There was a time they were paying 10k. They now stopped. To show how competitive it is. A lot of drivers everywhere. It's not even difficult to get drivers anymore. So then back then it was serious money making for drivers. Like I remember back in the days, drivers were remitting as high as 45 to 50,000 naira weekly, and they were making their money because it wasn't cheap. Taxi wasn't cheap. Now that you go from one distance to another, you'll be collecting very cheap fare. Then taxi wasn't cheap. Online taxi wasn't cheap. Men were making a lot of money. I mean, people were making serious money. Then there was one guy that was staying with me because I later changed company from where I was, the restaurant I was working, to a company. I don't want to mention the name. So there was this guy that was squatting in my house. He had no job. He had nothing to do. So he eventually went to register as an Uber driver and then got a car. I think he was driving a Kia Rio then, 2014 model. So that time he was driving, was it 2012 model. He was driving, and I could see the money this guy was making. This guy was making serious money. Sometimes a day he brings home cash, 20,000 naira cash, not to talk of the ones that have been transferred to him. He brings home 20,000 naira cash, and he was telling me that, guy, you should say go do this thing side hustle. But then the job I was doing was so was choking me, so I had no time for that. So in fact it was my conversation with him back in the days when he was telling me that, guy, you should say go do this thing side hustle. That was what made me decide to start doing rideshare. After I lost my job, after I was out of job for like I think over almost a year. I was out of the job for like almost a year before I decided to do rideshare. After I finished spending all my all my savings, because I was trying some other business. I was selling bags, selling some different things, importing some small thing, but it wasn't giving me enough money. So I just remember that, okay, this guy then was bringing home quite a lot of money back then in the days. He was bringing home like 20k in a day sometimes. And I have a car, although the car I was using there was Mercedes, and it wasn't the purpose of Uber. So then I tried looking for a car, but the offer I was getting was ridiculous. Then I put my Mercedes on the platform. That was when I started driving. The conversation I had with him when he told me, encouraged me to do rideshare. That was why I started rideshare. And 2 years plus ago, over 2 years ago, it was even better than now. Like I was making, if I reminisce back, I was making more money than what I make now. So this is why the thumbnail says rideshare has really changed, and you also as a driver need to really change. If you have been making some few mistakes in the past, you need to readjust. One of the biggest mistakes is using the wrong vehicle. Yes, 2 years ago you could make enough money to augment if you use a high capacity engine car. Like I was using a Mercedes that was a 3.2 liter engine. I wasn't really feeling it then. There was surge all across. Like today's Monday. You'll be very sure that there will be surge from now till around 4 to 5 p.m. But right now everywhere is blank. Like you just have patches of surge. And annoyingly is that the surge is not even as before. Now the surge is, the highest surge you'll be getting is 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. If you are lucky, you can get 1.9. Some maybe very late hour, very early in the morning. But the way they do it now, the way they program it right now is that the surge is not as tense as it used to be before, thick surge as it used to be before. Before you can take a trip and just one trip will give you like 12,000, one trip will give you like 18,000, one trip will give you like 7,000, and as in money that makes a lot of sense. But why is all this thing happening? All these things happening because of competition. There's a lot of competition now in the rideshare business. A lot of new apps are coming in, taking some of the weaknesses, should I call it weaknesses, or playing with what I will assume as weakness of other apps like Uber and Bolt. Uber and Bolt has surge. Then some new apps are coming now that they don't have surge. Riders even determine how much they'll pay you regardless of the challenges you face on the road. If you like go through traffic, if you like go through any issue, if like let them delay you, let them come down, say they want to buy something and snack on, eat something, doesn't matter. Once they fix their fare, they fix their fare. So these are some of the things that are affecting the prices. Now Uber and Bolt is not adjusting. They are adjusting. They are reducing their surge. Bolt started. Bolt before now you can get 2.5 on Bolt. You can get 3 points on Bolt. Bolt reduced and capped their own surge at 1.9. Uber still remained. Uber remained that you can still get 2 points, 5 points, whatever number of surge depending on the demand. But right now Uber is already reducing theirs too, because I can't remember the last time I saw a 2 points on Uber. The most of that's why I haven't stopped driving Uber, and I will come to that story in another video, because Uber, they are even annoying me. I'll talk about that one. They are doing some things that they will be losing a lot of drivers more than what they are even losing right now. But I'll talk about that one in another video. So even Uber now, most of the surge I see on Uber is 1.1. It's spread across 1.1. I don't even see 1.5. Only sometimes you'll be lucky. Maybe after you've walk with Uber, you'll not get 1.6, 1.7, 1.8. While Bolt capped their own at 1.9. Even that 1.9, you will swear before you get the 1.9 on Bolt. Currently, what you'll be seeing mostly is 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. And why is that? I just mentioned it. Competition. They have some new apps that are there that are even giving riders the opportunity to tell you how much they will pay you even before you accept the trip. And of course, you can either choose to accept or don't accept. So all these things currently happening in the rideshare industry, are part of what's influenced me to selling my car, because I can't be spending that much on maintenance, looking for a mechanic that has special tools to fix my car. Then I am not making enough money to augment all those trouble, or spending so much on my fueling. Before I sold the car in a day, I was already using like 5 to 6, 7,000 naira fuel in a day, which is very on the high side, because you can't sit in one spot. If you want to get some very juicy trips, you cannot sit one place. You cannot get a trip to some part of Lagos or some part of town and then you say, okay, I'll just chill here and wait till I get another request. No. At some certain times, you need to move. You need to change location. You need to go from point A to point B. So there will be a lot of movement for you to get the best trips in town. And when you are moving, you are burning fuel. And this is why my fuel consumption increased, because I had to move. There are some places of town I'll go to. I have to drive like maybe 15 kilometers away from that place so I can get another trip, or drive towards Surge so I can get good trips. So when I use a big capacity engine like the Mercedes, it wasn't serving the purpose anymore. So I had to downsize. That's why I sold the car. I'm currently looking for a car to buy. And the car I'm going to buy, I'm definitely going to do a video about that one. I already have that car in mind. I know some of the subscribers already know the car I'm talking about, the car that I feel is the best going forward. But the smaller the engine, the better, and the more universal the components to fix, like how will I put it, like tools to fix it, the more universal is available, the better, because any roadside mechanic can fix it, without having to go to buy a special tool, which will in turn make you spend more on the maintenance. Yeah, so rideshare has really changed. So you need to change the type of car you use. If you currently use a car that is a high capacity car, the smaller the better, just like I said. I'm looking forward to buying a 1.6 liter engine. 1.8 liter engine is also not bad, especially the Japanese. I think the Japanese made cars so simple, in terms of the nuts, the bolts, the components. They made it so simple, no complexity. German on the other side, on the other hand, they made their own cars very complex. Like there are some tools, there are some things you want to lose in a German car. Man, brother, you go swear to. You have to go, you have to do, like, how will I put it, like a puzzle. You have to do one thing to achieve one thing. Meanwhile, the Toyota or the Honda or some of other Japanese cars out there is just very straightforward. Without any no-brainer. Anybody can fix it. It's a no-brainer. Like when I see mechanics fixing Toyota, they're like, this thing is easy. Right now, they're fixing. I'm having a jet oil leak. They're currently fixing it, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, wow, this thing is very simple to fix. So that is it. I've sold the Mercedes, and and I really need a car right now because paying rental is not easy. Like I'm telling you, today's Monday. I worked throughout the weekend, and I decided to just rest today. And just chill and wait for the journey from Abuja and the drive also I drove on the weekend. That journey was not easy. That road was so horrible. Yes, let me even share my experience of what happened on the road while I was coming from Abuja. That journey is not a journey that I want to drive anytime soon anymore. The roads were something else. I'm talking something else, so horrible. There was a place in Osun State I was driving because we were stuck in Kogi State for so long that I had to do nights. I drove nights. I was on that road at about past 11, 12 o'clock. I was still on the road. I got to Lagos at 1. That was when I got to Lagos. I entered my house at exactly after 1. So you can imagine. So there's a road in Osun State. I think around that was around 9 o'clock. Oshogbo. Was it Oshogbo? No, Ijesha. That road is already notorious for robbery. They say there's a lot of robbery going on there. I was so scared. Driving at about 80 to 90 to 100 within that range. The road was smooth. All of a sudden, I saw a very big ditch. This road was so dark. I saw a very big ditch and I slammed on my brake. Before my brake could hold, I entered the ditch. Very deep ditch. As in, when my vehicle entered, I was so scared that that's the end, that we are going to be stuck there. I was so lucky that the car could, manage to come out. It was a very horrible journey. To be very honest with you, it's not a journey I would really want to go to anytime soon anymore. Like, that roads are nothing to write home about. Yeah, so that's part of my experience traveling that road, driving myself from Abuja to Lagos. And I hope you guys understood the message and what I'm currently talking about in terms of downsizing and making crucial decisions if you drive, in terms of your car, applying wisdom in the driving. So I'm actually taking a nap. I want to rest. I went to make my hair today, so I'm back and I want to really relax because it's possible I'm traveling tomorrow again. I'll save that for another day. So you as a driver out there, what is it that you feel you have to change in order to save your driving business? Let us know in the comment section. If you are yet to drive, also let us know in the comment section if you are yet to drive. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up, share this video, subscribe, hit the like button, and thank you guys for watching, staying to the end of this video, and I'll keep giving you guys updates as time progresses on how I'm doing and how I'm doing in the rideshare business. So thank you guys, and it's from the Driverpreneur to all you guys out there saying peace, and guys, stay safe.
Oh damn, my heart beating fast. I'm on the same road again. I'd bear out